Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Well, I think remember too, whenever we found the German Scheiser corn. Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
yeah. That's all it is.
The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. You know who it is. It's Adam. It's Matt. We're decaying with the boys. And Happy New Year. Don't make a resolution. Just be the same you. Eat some cheese sticks, punk. Do you have a business that needs direction? How about a crisp new media packet? Well, how about assistance in developing a business plan? Well, First Sip Studios has you covered. Headed up by Dennis and Samantha Guy, First Sip Studios brings your ideas to life. From the first major project in She Knows Beer to their current expansion to Columbus, Ohio, First Sip Studios has the business acumen to bring your vision to the next level. So just head on over to firstsipstudios.com, but just make sure you tell them that the boys sent you. Welcome back. This is our first show of the new year.
Happy New Year.
It feels good. You survived. You had a huge blowout over here.
I did.
People showed up.
The basement is still in a little bit of dismay. But
Yeah. No cops were called.
no cops.
Which is good.
Everybody got home safe.
And you served up some incredible beer. You served up the Merry Crisis.
Merry Crisis was a big hit. A little bit of the bubbly, big hit. Might have to rename it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Surprise,
yeah.
You can't name beers after people who sexually assault people.
Kicked the English Special Bitter.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's all going good. The marshmallows on is gone. But that's for the end of the podcast. But, yeah. Went through a lot of beer.
This is incredible. Yeah.
Stay tuned to see what's coming up.
Yeah, we got some really cool stuff coming to the taps in the very near future.
Yeah.
And some changes, some rebranding. It's a new year, new us.
Hell yeah.
So the other thing I want to talk about, Adam, you had a really good 2023 when it came to the Brew Lab and all. You got some really cool accolades.
Absolutely.
In 2023. You should know that this podcast, thanks to all those people out there, this podcast got to do some really cool stuff too.
Oh, you're a winner, Matt?
I am a winner. It feels good. So just so you guys know, because of all of you, everyone who's listening right now, you're watching right now, however you guys are consuming this.
Subscribed on YouTube.
Of course you are, because the numbers don't lie. When we first came back, we didn't have video. We were just kind of putting up some clips and some audio
Audio-only podcast.
Which was, we had to do that for some reasons here. But then we started to come back at 40 subscribers and around 2,000 views. But by the end of 2023, you guys got up to 79 subscribers and 11.1 thousand views on our YouTube. We couldn't do that without you guys.
That's huge.
It's
in only a few
so
months.
Cool. Yeah, in a very short amount of time. And
I mean, that's only since we went back to video, so that's October.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
So you guys just
Very
showed
cool.
up.
Very cool. That's awesome.
So if you guys are watching here, thank you, and tell your friends, subscribe to us, and see why we're in your algorithm. Why we're playing. We have our shorts, we have our full episodes, we have the podcast published over there now too. So you can get us any way you want to over at YouTube.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And also you should know that we became the reigning, defending #1 spot in all of indie sports podcasts on Goodpods, because somebody thought it was a smart idea to take our pro wrestling title off of us because we talk about other sports.
Well, we
Wah,
do.
wah. But the joke's on you, motherfuckers.
Dominate there too.
Because we dominate that sports podcast realm, baby. We're the #1 podcast for sports on all of Goodpods.
You talk about actual fighting.
So we thank you guys so much for those two things. We never thought we'd be able to do things like this, and it's because of you guys we get to do it. So thank you very much.
Rep it.
Just, keep going hard for us. We'll keep going hard for you. We're going to keep making stuff that makes you giggle, and we'll keep pushing forward. Maybe we'll try some new stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we already evolved. We added we added Cutman's Corner since the podcast came back, and the Ground and Pound, which I've gotten lots of great feedback about the Ground and Pound segment.
Yeah. It's been a lot
just
of
to
fun.
kind of break it up between always doing Mount Rushmore. So, yeah. Yeah. But the Mount Rushmore will be back. Bets of Doom will be back. I still owe you a punishment. I just
Oh,
realized.
that's right. I can't believe the guy who wrote all the notes didn't put the punishments.
We'll figure it out. I also haven't figured out a good punishment other than making you eat spicy stuff. So,
But I mean, that is my
figure out
kryptonite.
something, yeah.
My kryptonite comes with firm cell walls and Scoville counts. So, Adam, we are in round one.
we sure are.
And I brought a beer, but you did the research. Put it all together. What do we call it? Round one beers. What are we drinking?
Got it. So, a little spoiler alert for both rounds tonight. We're drinking barrel-aged selections because they've been collecting down here in the Jojitorium. I realized it after the New Year's as I was, doing a little winter cleaning. So I was like, let's get some barrel-aged.
Yeah.
And you brought this one to me, not expecting it to be on the podcast, but I said, let's do it on the podcast a few weeks ago. It is Dented Keg Brewing Company's barrel-aged series pumpkin ale, aged for 13 months in Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. And I love Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. It's coming in at 8%, and Dented Keg is out of Mars, PA.
Yeah. So while he's fishing around for that opener.
I pre-cut the wax.
Yeah,
I've learned from past
play.
episodes.
Yeah, we have fucked up before. There you go. So if you want to know what's going on Dented Keg, you search them out on all social media, Dented Keg Brewing. I believe they do have Instagram and Facebook, and there's a dentedkeg.com. So while Adam's pouring that bad boy out, I should know that this was brought to us by a friend of mine, and he was out there one day, and they're like, hey, we're selling these things. How many do you want? He goes, 1. And then he sends out text messages, and the waitress comes back like, here's your 1. He goes, can you put 4 more on? And then she came back again. He's like, 2 more. So he brought back almost like half a case of these things. But you took your first sip. Adam, why take mine? Why don't you let him know what's going on here?
So yeah, I smell the bourbon. I taste some of the barrel. It's weird though. I don't know why I expected it to be a stout, and it literally just is a pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought pumpkin stout, and I took that first sip and it kind of rocked me a little bit. It tastes a little funky.
There's a funk
probably
there.
just from the barrel. But good pumpkin spice, not overly spiced. Still has that pumpkin spice. It was bottled on October 12th, so a few months ago. Holding up. There's a bubble. You got it. Yeah, it's a fine barrel-aged beer.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I expected some more bells and whistles. I don't know. It
tastes thin.
That's what I was going to say. You know what it tastes like to me? Just a pumpkin ale.
Look, no, I get the bourbon.
I don't.
But it kind of like coming from the homebrew
Maybe I
realm.
have COVID.
Coming from the homebrew realm, it tastes like a pumpkin ale that you just put like oak cubes in.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a common hack for homebrewers on small batches. You can just like soak some oak cubes in some bourbon and throw that in for a few weeks. Tastes like that. It doesn't taste like it's been aged for 13 months.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I guess that's why I was kind of hoping.
Probably needed a little more body going into the barrel to come out a little thicker. I don't know. I just expect it almost tastes like when you get a wild ale or a saison that is barrel aged.
Yeah.
It's like that thin and dry.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs a little more
Something. Yeah. Little kick. The spices are good though. I do like the spices. That does come through really nice. It's crisp as much as it can be for a barrel aged ale. So
yeah, it's a problem. I don't like crisp in a barrel aged.
No.
I like that sweet, heavy bottom.
You're not getting that here.
That heavy finish.
Yeah. So if you're looking, here's what I'll say: if you're looking for a slightly elevated pumpkin ale, this hits the mark. But if you're looking for a barrel aged pumpkin ale, I'm not sure if this really hits all the cylinders that you'd be looking for.
Yeah, I'd be curious to try it up against like a Southern Tier. They barrel age some of their pumpkin ales and pumpkin stouts. So.
Nothing beats a good pumpkin stout that's aged. That stout,
dude. I'll tell you what, any stout that's aged in a barrel,
yum, gimme thumb.
I like it.
Yeah, and who knows? We might have some shit like that in the second half.
I might be in a collab with some shit like that coming out soon.
Ooh, shit! Secrets.
Hey,
2024, the age of bash brew. So, Adam, while we're sipping on this beer from Dented Keg,
I don't hate it enough
to not drink it.
To not drink more of it.
We are going to go into some combat sports news from Buckle to Bell to Bellator and back. The boys bringing the best combat sports news in the biz. So there is some Hollywood bloodshed here. So a couple quick hits for you, Adam. If you weren't aware of this, Jimmy Kimmel wants to break open Aaron Rodgers' face over the Jeffrey Epstein comments he made. What did he say? Basically put Jimmy Kimmel on the plane, the Lolita Express.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Kimmel fired back saying, you're an asshole for doing that. You put my family in danger.
Yeah, I mean, it was a side comment on, I think it was on the McAfee podcast.
Yeah. Like, who doesn't talk shit on the McAfee podcast?
Yeah, right. And it was like a side off comment. Like, Aaron Rodgers and Kimmel have some sort of wild beef going back for whatever reason. I think political views.
They both kiss Olivia Munn.
But yeah, I don't get it. And like Jimmy Kimmel just ran out and was like, "I'm gonna sue you because you put me in danger."
As well, I haven't seen anything about his family being in danger.
That's a weird clap back from a comedian.
Yeah,
he used to be funny, dude.
Well, yeah, I always thought there'd be more.
I mean,
heat.
Aaron Rodgers also used to play football.
Yeah, now he just eats ayahuasca and shits himself.
Achilles.
I'm going to a dark room. My ankle hurts.
But yeah, it's a weird feud.
Hey, but real quick,
I did hear about it this week.
If we booked him in a match, what would be the stipulation and who would win?
I mean, exploding Texas death match would be fine because I don't care who wins. I hope the time expires and just.
I want it to be.
But Aaron Rodgers is definitely winning. I mean, he's an athlete.
Oh, absolutely.
Even with his bum ankle, like his Achilles tendon torn, he's kicking Jimmy Kimmel's ass.
Let me throw it out to you this way. I want it to be loser gets vaccinated, and I want Kimmel to win. So Aaron Rodgers is like, no, I'm immunized. I don't need the jab, the jab. I don't need that. And Kimmel's like, you're gonna take this bitch, and just slow
shoots it right into his other Achilles tendon.
Oh, that one's ruptured too. I'll never be a Jet again. So Adam, another one here is Mickey Mouse went public domain, and the horror community
sure did
went absolute apeshit. There are 3 horror-based Mickey movies that started production. They released teaser posters and subsequently got their cease and desist letters.
One got released all in total already because it was a short. It was like a 7-minute short. The Steamboat.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Did you see it?
No, I have not seen it. In all honesty, the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie ruined all this crap for me.
That didn't whet your appetite?
No.
That shit movie didn't get you all excited?
But I will look it up. So it is the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse on public domain. I mean, I'm not a legal professional. How can they get a cease and desist if it's public domain?
Because they're trying to say that even though it's Steamboat Mickey, that they're relying heavily on the Mickey Mouse persona and Mickey Mouse in totality.
I will agree on the one movie poster I saw. It looks more like Mickey. Yeah.
They kind of strayed away from Steamboat because Steamboat Mickey. I mean,
it's black and white.
Yeah, very
I saw
distinct.
red. I saw red and yellow on the one I saw.
So that's how you kind of you're getting jammed up.
It's a money grab. It's a money grab like everything else is right now. Like Christmas horror this year was
out of the,
everybody was throwing one out,
and none of it was good.
Nope.
I didn't see a single one.
But go check out Thanksgiving because that was that was the seasonal horror film of the year for me.
Also, don't forget to go check us out on Halloween is Forever because we talked about Santa Stein. So,
we sure did.
Yeah. So go back in December and you can listen to Halloween is Forever.
Talk about a money grab.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they probably didn't make much money on it. But
hey, a $25,000 budget.
They got $10 off of us.
As I'm saying, they certainly fucking did, and I can't get it back. I tried. So speaking of trying and failing and being a miserable jerkbag, Chris Jericho is in a whole world of trouble. We're not here to rehash everything that's been going on, but in summary, there is a sexual assault allegation against Chris Jericho that says that he cornered Kylie Rae, one of the hottest free agents at the time, and she was going to wrestle for AEW, and she
was there for or she was there for the original All In, right?
And allegedly, Jericho invited her back to a meeting and then cornered her and got very not cool. Like
we'll go with that. Allegedly,
because I don't know everything. You know what I mean? So I would say he just got he became a real cool guy.
But I mean, it is known that she did leave kind of abruptly from AEW.
Right, one of the hottest stars in the female division.
And she also left pro wrestling in general for a while after
quoting mental health concerns.
Right.
So, I mean, you have all this going on, and we've seen the way AEW handles very sensitive situations when it comes to their wrestlers, like altercations. Phil?
Not well.
But so how do you handle one of your founding members in a sexual assault allegation? Like how do you think that they would go about taking care of that?
I will go a little deeper into it because the backstory is on Christmas Day at 4 a.m. Chris Jericho went and disputed what CM Punk and Ace Steel's attorney was saying about
the NDAs,
and he said he never had to sign an NDA. Went off his rocker at 4 a.m. on New Year, going from New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. Been there before. You get into
that.
Some people get into bottles that night. I get it, but don't post on X at that point. And said something about he's never signed an NDA, which opened him up to the wrestling dirt sheets, and one of the dirt sheets that's tied to Chicago, I don't know if they're tied to Punk, said, yeah, but what about the people you make sign NDAs? And that's what got this ball rolling again. Because I do remember bits and bobs coming out when the Me Too movement was going on.
Yeah.
Jericho...
His name was coming out.
A little bit, but it got quelled pretty quickly.
You know, that's the thing, too. Like, it blew it up quick, and then it went down just as quick.
For him, for some reason.
Yes, yeah.
Me... Which I've seen me Y2J memes everywhere. But I mean, what do you do about it? Like this. So this week he's been kept off. He was on the pay-per-view still after these allegations.
Yeah,
which was weird. He was still on World's End.
Ate him alive.
Don't agree with that call because he got eaten alive. I think we both watched it.
Yes,
from our respective homes live.
Wow.
And he got torn up. There were signs in the crowd about it.
The one that
that
got me the best was just the simple NDA sign.
Yeah.
That guy made that sign in line to get into the stadium. He's like, well, fuck this guy. But I mean, what you do is keep him off TV like they did for Dynamite this week. We'll see how long that keeps. You definitely don't have him going into what they were setting up for was a tag program against the champs with him and Sammy Guevara called Le Sex Gods. You definitely don't do that.
Definitely stop that.
Yeah.
Do not have him involved in anything, probably on TV. Definitely not about being a sex god.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Until the allegations. I'm not here to say he did it, didn't do it, whatever. We're not here for that. That's the allegation that came up.
Yeah.
He's in a tag team called the Sex Gods. Just distance that. Is all I'm saying.
It's called toning it down.
I will say, in general, my opinion of Chris Jericho is he's a douchebag. I don't think he's. I don't know if he's did anything beyond that. But Kylie Ray did leave abruptly. Mm-hmm. Didn't really give a reason.
Right.
So it might. It's
and she's
alleged,
liking.
it's possible.
She's liking a lot of tweets on
against
X.
him. Yeah, I did see that.
And let me just tell you, for a woman who decided to step away from her only income because she was still is. She's come out a couple times.
Sounds like she might have had to sign an NDA.
Sounds like it. Yeah. Do emojis violate an NDA?
Allegedly, she might have.
Allegedly, but she never saw it. Where's Jim Cornette? Where's Jim?
Oh, he has a great take on it.
Jim Cornette lost his fucking mind.
That's also the lawyer who's representing Punk and Ace Steel.
Yep.
Is like a sponsor of his podcast.
Dude,
so they all know each other. It's really fun. If you really want a good breakdown, slightly biased breakdown of it, the Jim Cornette Experience podcast has a more in-depth, more opinionated take on this whole thing.
Yeah, you're going to have to use AI or something to search through because it's like a 5.5 hour podcast. You gotta
where Cornette's even more pissed because he's on break for that week between New Year's and
God damn it!
And this broke on Christmas Day, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna try to find him when I'm down in Kentucky.
So moving on here,
me and him have a lot in common.
What, you and Jim Cornette?
Oh yeah, we have the same. Not lifestyle.
I would say there's a lot of things that you guys don't connect on.
Right, not lifestyle, but about the wrestling business. We connect on a lot.
I do like that.
Yeah.
But speaking of people who may have checkered pasts,
Speaking of douchebags,
Conor McGregor re-enters the UFC fray. So New Year's Day saw the return of the notorious one, Conor McGregor, as he emerged from the rolling green hills to declare himself a fighter once again. So he says he'll step into a fight with the most formidable foe in a hungry, violent, mid Michael Chandler, the guy who's gone 2-3 in the UFC. He's had some wins over some mediocre talent, but we'll talk about that here in a second.
no, he had a win over
Who?
Ferguson in his prime. When before Ferguson got completely broken, yeah.
Completely broken.
I'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'll wait for your prompt.
Okay. Because we're going to pit him.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, McGregor, like, you can tell that McGregor still tells Dana White what to do because he's like, on June 29th, 2024, during International Fight Week, I'm having this match against Michael Chandler. It's going on. And even though the fight is not sanctioned at the time of this podcast, we're recording on a Friday. It's not even sanctioned yet. But DraftKings, those cheeky bastards, could not help themselves. They put out a line having McGregor as the favorite with a 54.4% chance of victory against a.
How do you even do that before it's sanctioned and scheduled?
And how do you do that against a guy?
You should have a bet if it's going to actually happen or not.
Oh, it's going to happen.
It's
going to happen. Dude, McGregor's been shooting horse steroids into his dick for the last how many months?
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get sanctioned.
I think it's going to get sanctioned.
Because of said horse steroids.
Well, he's had time to clean out. He's at 185. He's thick.
Is International Fight Week in Saudi Arabia this year? Or?
Oh, if it is, dude,
then
anybody can fight.
Yeah.
This bottle right here could
Vegas,
fight Deontay Wilder.
If it's in Vegas, he might have a problem.
If it's in Vegas, they'll be like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Before you punch somebody in the head.
Yeah, because they're fighting at 185, which is
way above
40 pounds up, I believe, from where he was
dominant.
Conor McGregor, yeah.
Dude, he does the thing that I do when I get drunk. His like one eye keeps like going in. He smiles at everybody.
So that's my whole take on whether this is even legit or not, because he was clearly drinking when he shot the Instagram video or Twitter video.
But who isn't drinking whenever they're putting up things on Instagram and X and everything? Not us.
Everything we do is
all my YouTube shorts and shit. Daddy's drinking. Thank you, Opus Clips, for helping me out, because I wouldn't do it by myself.
Especially for Barrel Age Week.
It hits. It hits a certain kind of way. But speaking of hits, these two going head-to-head here, like I previously said, McGregor hasn't fought since 2021. He broke his leg against a trilogy wrap-up match against Dustin Poirier. And his last victory occurred even further behind that against an aged and on-the-way-out cowboy Donald Cerrone. UFC 246 in January of 2020. So it's been, realistically, it's going to be like 4 years before he really gets into a legit match, because he broke his leg inside the first round.
Right.
So whatever. And then Chandler, like I said, is 2-3 in the UFC with wins over Tony Ferguson and Dan Hooker.
I mean, it's definitely 4 years since his last win.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Over 4 years since his last win.
So who are you taking? I mean, you got these two.
Chandler.
You take Chandler? Chandler, what?
Hands down.
By what?
First round TKO.
You think first round?
I think he's going to ground and pound him to a stoppage.
I think it's a second round submission for McGregor.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. I just don't think he's going to be ring conditioned on whatever substances he's maybe taking.
Sildenafil.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
He took that one picture in the mirror. His dick was hard as a rock. Did you see that thing?
I don't disbelieve. Yeah, I saw it.
He was like, he's pointing at the camera. He's like, "I'm ready for this," and it's like, "Bro, put it away."
It was like when he was going against Mayweather, and he kept getting up on the stage, just like
this huge lead singer
poking him. wouldn't say huge.
Hey man,
for an Irishman, yes.
Well,
I'm Irish.
From the neck up.
Good show, bro. He's. I mean, I don't know. I think his supplement usage was part of the fact that his leg broke. So
yeah, I think so
obscurely too. Without, it was just taking a weird movement on it. It wasn't really getting a strike on it.
It was odd. It was
very odd.
Yeah.
I think he's fragile now. He hasn't been in the ring for a good minute. even if Chandler's in there losing, he's at least been in there.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think and Chandler's a wrestler, and McGregor hasn't done good against a wrestler in quite a few years.
McGregor just got his black belt. I'm calling it second round submission.
First round, go home.
I wouldn't be surprised though, because Chandler does have a pretty heavy hand game. So,
I mean, Chandler's older from when he was,
of course,
dominating Ferguson too.
But also, I mean, if we're looking at these guys, you're looking at Ferguson and Hooker. Dan Hooker wasn't really anything stepping into the ring against Chandler at that time.
Four. He was top 4.
Yeah, but he was a fragile 4, man.
Yeah, I mean, and Chandler came in from Bellator, I believe.
Yeah, but so did Chandler.
No, I'm saying Chandler came in from Bellator.
Okay.
I don't know where Hooker came from. I think he was UFC homegrown. But Chandler was like a Bellator stud that came into the UFC and kind of...
He faltered. Yeah,
a little bit. But I think he's still top...
Chandler?
Probably top 5, top 6.
Right now?
Maybe top 10. Probably top 10 now because he hasn't fought in a while.
Top 10, I would say. Top 5 is a stretch.
Yeah, top 5 is a stretch at this point.
So, Adam, we're going to go into your favorite segment of the first round.
Who's going over? Who's jobbing, bitches?
A little bit of going over a jobbing. Ooh. So, as we saw, The Rock did make his return to the squared circle during an interrupted segment by...
Jinder Mahal.
Hey,
Triple H.
Great job, Triple H.
Promised a former champion.
He delivered 2.
And he delivered 2.
So, The Rock's return... Adam, does it relegate Cody Rhodes, who will likely phase out for some time in the championship scene? Because The Rock has declared himself to be the person who will fight Roman Reigns. Australia wants The Rock
as well,
for Elimination Chamber.
Right.
But do you put The Rock on a premium live event that isn't a premium live event, despite the fact that Australia has made this contractual agreement that they can pull the strings and get who they want? I mean...
So I will say, and I looked up the stats and listened to a couple podcasts and read a couple news stories. That Perth show is going to be huge. Yeah. It's like a couple thousand people down from what WrestleMania is going to be.
Oh,
it's a big stadium.
Okay.
So what I think is going to happen is The Rock will be in a different program in Perth.
Okay.
I think he'll probably go against
Solo
Waller.
Sikoa or something.
No, who's the hometown boy? Waller, right?
Yeah, Waller.
His Austin Theory's boy.
Yeah.
I think he'll go against him, job him out, whatever. I think Cody Rhodes... It's a hot take. This isn't in the news stories. I think Cody Rhodes might beat Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber.
Really? And just
then the title's off. Because you have
Rock.
Roman... Then you have Roman Rock for...
The table.
The head of the table at WrestleMania. Still main event worthy.
Yeah,
fine.
Definitely. Yeah.
And have Cody Rhodes defend against whoever wins Elimination Chamber or whoever won Rumble or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have Seth Rollins defend against
Damian Priest. Can we get the briefcase off Damian Priest?
Priest Rhodes would be pretty cool.
I would like that a lot.
But I don't think he's out of the title picture. There's no way they can do that to him. I would feel so bad.
You would hope not.
In a Vince McMahon run WWE, they would totally do it.
Well, Vince McMahon run program, Cody Rhodes doesn't even come back.
But Rhodes did so much for them to get them back into the scene.
That's true.
You can't fucking do him dirty. Triple H can't do him dirty. Vince McMahon can do him dirty.
Yeah, well, the mustachioed one
so
isn't
that's
calling the shots.
my fantasy booking is Reigns loses it before Mania. Also not a very sexy pick, but they're also not running a huge stadium for Mania this year.
That's true.
It's not it's not Texas.
Isn't it?
It's Philly. It's like 70-some thousand. They're not going to break a record with it.
No.
And I think Perth, Australia is like going to be 67,000. So it's
okay.
They're going to get a big thing. And the thing with Perth is it's all paid. Like supposedly due to like open transparency laws, like it's been seen that Perth's like tourism board is paying for this whole thing.
Oh,
so
wow.
like WWE's like giving them what they want,
which is incredible because Australia.
Which means I think The Rock
down there.
I think The Rock will be there.
Yeah.
I don't think you do a title unless you have The Rock lose.
Which how
you could do Roman.
do that?
Rock loses in Perth. I don't know.
Then you have Roman go into WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes with all that backing, and then he would lose and it'd be a bigger.
I mean, your other option is to have like Reigns versus Rock night 1, and then Rhodes Reigns night 2. But then that makes Rhodes look
weaker
because he had a fight the night before. Like I don't like that either.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I know.
I don't mind having Reigns Rock Perth if Reigns wins.
Yeah. But
I think that's also Rock's send-off, unless you do something with the Rock at Mania still with somebody else. But the big paydays with Reigns, like it's tough. It's a real booking conundrum.
I think it is too.
But I think Rhodes has to be in the picture somehow.
I think it all really depends. So I'll say this: I don't think you're going to see a Rhodes match like that caliber at Elimination Chamber. But if he doesn't win Royal Rumble, you're not going to see him taking on for that title.
You don't think?
Nope.
Well, so here's the thing. But if he doesn't win Rumble, he could win Chamber. I think Punk's winning Rumble. Codes is winning the Chamber.
Oh, God. I hate that. That's even a thing. Like,
there's 2 titles. That's the problem. You got that.
I know.
I think you're going to get Punk Rollins Mania. Or it's the vice versa. Rhodes wins Rumble.
You don't have to appease me. I just fucking hate that idea.
But then it's also Rhodes wins Rumble 2 years in a row. I don't like that
That's
either.
tough, yeah.
So it's like, you could have Rhodes win Rumble and Punk win Chamber, but
then all you're doing is you're giving Cody Rhodes consolation prizes. Because at that point, too, if you're going to give him Chamber and then line him up.
No, I agree. Yeah, I think Rhodes deserves to win the championship off of Reigns. However it happens, that's how it needs to play out. If you want to do a Punk Rollins program, I don't really care.
I don't like it.
Who wins that? But I like that program.
I don't like it at all.
Why?
I just don't like it because I don't like. How are you going to absolutely jump some of the names that need to be in a program right now that you have like your heat with? CM Punk doesn't need to be chasing belts because he already moves too much. You don't need that shit. But like you have LA Knight, you have him waiting in the wings for something. You have Damian Priest with.
How about if you could have Priest beat Rollins for the belt ahead of time too?
That's true. Or I'll do this for you. How about Rollins Punk? Punk goes over, Priest comes out, pins Punk, takes the belt.
I'm cool with that.
I'll take that.
Cool with that.
Because the match between Rollins and Punk's going to be awesome, but I just don't want gold on Punk.
Because I think your program for LA Knight is after Rhodes wins it. That's
him and Rhodes.
Him and Rhodes would be
that'd be good.
Fucking huge for like Money in the Bank or something, or SummerSlam.
So sticking with wrestling here, Adam.
I still think LA Knight should get one of the mid titles on
like
him
a U.S. championship,
Mania. U.S. or Intercontinental at Mania.
Intercontinental. That's meant for no. It's going to be U.S. championship, I think.
You don't think he can beat Gunther?
I don't want him to.
But, I mean, that would be a huge push for Knight.
It would be a huge push.
It would be a great match to just have him beat Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Or is that... No, it's the other Paul.
It's Logan Paul. You're right. Logan Paul.
Am I right?
Jake Paul's the boxer. Logan Paul's the wrestler.
Right. Okay,
but I would really like to see... Because here's the thing, too. Like, in the realm of it right now, Gunther better than LA Knight. Hands down. Gunther is... Can't miss TV.
In ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the stick.
On the stick.
Yeah, exactly. But then, like, how do you have them...
Did you just say yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me talk to you, dummy. But what I'm saying, I think you can't really have them in a program because you need someone who's a little more like a Chad Gable. I mean, I think Gable's destined for the IC title. I like that a little more.
Well, I'm saying even if Knight beats him, Knight's not going to hold it for long either.
No.
Like, Knight's going to lose it and get pushed up.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, you also got to push. Gunther deserves to get pushed up.
Yeah, but he's holding that IC title so well.
This is the biggest discussion we've had on going over a jobbing. We're trying to book from now till Mania without Rumble even happening yet.
I know.
Which I love.
I do love Rumble. But speaking of Rumble, didn't you wanted to try to get more people to show up?
Oh, we doing that right here? I could do it at the end of the show, but I will do it right now. I would like to announce, and I will reiterate it at the end of the show. Yes, if any of our listeners are secretly pro wrestling fans and live in the Pittsburgh area, we are going to watch the Royal Rumble down here in a watch party in the Jojitorium here in Pittsburgh. So if you're interested, hit at Decay and WTB on Instagram up with a direct message, and we'll pick a couple of you to come watch it with us.
Yeah. Free beer, free food.
Free beer, free food,
rumble.
free rumble.
Yeah.
Just come hang out.
Come on through. Be fun.
If you want to bring some beer, you can. You don't have to.
It's up to you. We love you.
And you don't have to drink my beer either. I'll have some
You do.
I'll have some commercial biggies.
You gotta drink it.
I'll have some Miller Lite.
You gotta Merry Crisis.
I'll have some Iron City.
So, Adam, can MJF be an anti-hero, single-man army to keep the momentum of the Devil storyline pushing once he comes back from his little break?
I don't know. The problem is I don't know how long that break's going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's jobbing. I think you're going to have more than just him. It's going to have to be an opposing faction or a group of people.
The Pinnacle.
I do like it. It seems like a complete reset on storylines after Dynamite this week. Kind of excited. I know the ratings were down for it, but it seems like a good reset. You're getting some more in-ring people. A bunch of injured people are returning. A couple new signings.
Private Party came back and didn't call the tag champs, even though they put the whole tag team title.
They put everybody on notice
holders.
I think they forgot who the tag champs were.
Like, they came out and they're like, Mark Quinn, you really got to remember to say Big Bill and Ricky Starks. And he's like,
Hardy Boys.
Even the Hardy Boys are going to get this smoke. So, Adam.
But that's jobbing. It's not going to be a one-man war where he's like picking people off. No chance.
I think it's going to be a one-man war. I think you're going to see.
I don't think you're going to see him for a while.
I think
I don't think we're going to see him for at least 6 months.
Well, I think he's going to do is start slowly picking people off. I think he's going to start doing it.
I think he's going to have a stable though.
The Pinnacle, bring it back.
Pinnacle comes back without Wardlow
and without everybody else. Everyone left, except for FTR.
I will make a call. You want a hot call right now?
Hot takes.
Wardlow may or may not win that championship off of Samoa Joe. But whether he does or not, to kick him out of the group for Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly comes 100%, dude. Kyle O'Reilly comes back and says,
the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah, that neck is fixed, bro. Yeah. He's coming back.
Neck strong, Kyle O'Reilly.
So, Adam, last but not least here, Ben Askren will come out of retirement to fight a returning Jorge Masvidal.
Jobbing as fuck. To do what? Losing 5 seconds this time? Get the fuck out of here, Ben Askren.
He's waiting for the knee this time. He's waiting for the knee.
Isn't he coaching like high school wrestling? You're probably doing a great job at that. You're a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Just, teach the future generation.
All the dad bods in the world rejoice for Ben Askren.
I do not fault him if he's coming back for a payday.
Oh, for sure.
Fine, but you ain't fucking winning.
Did you run through all that Jake Paul money?
Dude, you look worse than me covered in flubber. It happened. That's jobbing as hell. I
would love to know. Let me say this. It's jobbing, but
You want to see Ben Askren and flubber?
I do so bad. Ben Askren and flubber is going to be hot as fuck.
His hair would look awesome.
So, it's bouncing too. Let me say it's jobbing. However, I would like to see them run it back if they could.
I don't think it's UFC worthy though. It's like clown shoes worthy. Like that's a
Triller.
That's a Saudi card or a Triller card.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Masvidal is Masvidal still in UFC?
No,
he's out on his own promotion.
He has his own promotion.
All right, I can see it happening then.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe going over.
TBD.
Maybe they do run it back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. He wasn't in the UFC anymore.
He came back after 6 months of saying he hung him up. So, Adam, we are going into a break from the show to hear from...
That's good. I want to hear from our sponsors
or
our friends.
Oh, there, okay. Thank you. After how many episodes you're finally going to say...
Talking Smack.
Who else?
The Cult Worthy Podcast.
I like that one, too. Who else?
From the Balcony.
I like that.
I don't want to give away anything for round 2, so I won't say anybody else.
Sugarcoated Murder, I love you.
I do like Sugarcoated Murder.
And Fuck My Work Life Podcast. We have a lot of good friends.
Well, there's one very special one.
Yeah.
That I'm saving for round 2.
Ooh. It's the one we didn't say. So we're going to see you on the other side.
I'm going to butter his crumpet.
Face it, dating sucked in your 20s, gets worse in your 30s, and your 40s, forget it.
It's a cesspool out there, and we're your flotation device.
Join us weekly for saucy chat, ridiculous love gurus,
And MILF-worthy fun to spice up your life.
the Milf and Me Podcast. Every Wednesday on your favorite pod platform.
And the milfandmepod.com.
The Milf and Me Podcast.
Welcome back. Hopefully you heard something you like, because when you support our friends, you support us. And when you support us, we get to do really cool stuff. Again, you guys are supporting the crap out of us, and we really appreciate it. Happy New Year to you guys. And we are now in round 2, and it is barrel age day here in Jojitorium. Adam brought something else delicious for us to drink. Put it all together. What do we call it? Round 2 beers. What do we drink?
Hell yeah. Thanks for giving me credit, but I got to pass the credit on to former and future guest Bigfoot Benjamin for getting us this, all I can say is rare find from Cinderlands Brewing here in Pittsburgh. It is the Deuce Rye.
Oh, shit.
And it is an imperial stout that was aged not only in Willet rye casks for 26 months, and not only Sazerac rye casks for 20 months, but then Templeton rye casks for 20 more months. So that's a bunch of months, and that gets you to a 13% imperial stout.
It's your
that's
fucking
been barrel aged in 3 different rye barrels. And let's crack it open.
So while Adam is just going to town on this bad boy, sound effects. If you want to know what's going on with Cinderlands, they are one of the premier breweries here in Pittsburgh. They have a great spot down there in Lawrenceville.
This motor oil. I'm pouring
Oh
out.
my God, look at that thing. That's Midnight Black. They are Cinderlands Brewing on all social media. They have it all. And they have a great kitchen, great on location. They're right in the heart of the cultural hub down there right now.
Right in the Strip District
Yeah.
at the old Spaghetti Warehouse building. They also have a small spot in the in Lawrenceville, so check them out.
Yeah, they were
We ain't wasting none of this. We're
No.
pouring it all out, splitting it even.
they were so integral too during the Barrel and Flow
Oh, yeah.
festival. So what? Take a sip while I talk a little more.
Dude, the smell. I would just like to say,
Yeah.
from the crack of the can,
It came up and
it smells like barrels and stout in here.
I had a pause for a second when it came through. But Cinderlands did a great job during Barrel and Flow, too. They had an after party that was incredible, which is where I think, if I may pinpoint, that might be where Mr. Bigfoot Benjamin secured this can. Because
No, I think
was
he
one
got
of
it
those
more
guys.
recently than that, even.
Oh, yeah?
I think he got it very recently. I just got it off of him a few weeks ago when I was guest bartending at Mondays with Lori.
Yeah.
He dropped it off, and I was like, dude, thank you. I
yeah.
just read the description on the can, and I was like, holy shit.
So you took your first sip.
Dude, this is a barrel-aged stout through and through. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't get a ton of the rye spiciness, but I do get a lot of the barrel. This is the body I was looking for out of round 1. This is the chocolatey. This is the coffee. Like, this is hitting.
Dude.
This is hitting on every level. We are in trouble.
It's sticking to my lips right now.
We are in trouble. It is syrup thick. It is motor oil thick,
Dude.
black. Just beautiful.
There's a
taste.
delay on your glass. As you, like, roll it around, there's a delay.
Yeah, this thing got legs, dude.
Oh, my God. My insides look like that right now.
I mean, there's definitely barrel character without it being fusel, without it being with no alcohol burn at all.
Yeah, none.
Very smooth, very aged, well done. Especially transferring it between 3 barrels and then into whatever you use to can it. Like,
Dude.
no errors in execution on this.
Can I
one.
ask you a question, though, too? And this is
Yeah.
and just an observation I have here. I see that the carbonation isn't as high in this can. Is that something that people do kind of on purpose with a beer like this? Because you don't really need to have it carried.
Yeah, well, and I actually think I just had to take a sip to verify that. But, like, I think it's also higher than usual for this type of beer. For that thick of a stout and for that many barrels, it still has a pretty high
Yeah.
carb on it. It is lower than your Miller, like your typical
Oh,
beer,
yeah.
for sure. You're right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that is common. Just with a thicker bodied beer, lower carb lets that mouthfeel linger. Like, that's
Oh, yeah.
strategic. It's also harder to carb a thicker, heavier beer.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely got enough carb on it though. Like, this is
I feel like the fucking Joker right now.
picture. This is picture perfect for me.
Dude.
Is this beer just cutting up into your...
I can just feel it. I feel like I'm gonna...
It's giving you that Chelsea grin?
Dude, I can feel it, dude. It's good. God damn.
The little Glasgow smiles coming through.
Really good. So, yeah, Cinderlands, what a knockout.
Yeah, this one kills.
Crushed it.
I don't know if it's still available. Thank you, Ben, for getting it for us. But if it's still available, go get it. If it's not, go get anything else from Cinderlands.
Absolutely,
I have nothing bad to say about their beers. Their beers are awesome.
Also, too,
all the time, and they got great food.
One big thing about Cinderlands that I really like is that more common than not, when someone's coming into the craft beer scene, they're like, I don't know if I like craft beer. I like Miller Lite. I like this. I like that. I like fruity stuff. Their sour game is top notch.
I think all of their actually the style I wasn't sure that they did well or not. I've had a couple. Was their dark beer, and boom, there we go.
Dude, it's amazing.
So there you go. They got great lagers. They got great IPAs. They do have great sours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go check them out. And they have a really cool, especially if you go to that Strip District location.
Yeah,
their facility there is
it's beautiful.
Really cool to look at.
Yeah, it's cool as shit, man. It kind of reminds me of like semi-industrial, almost like everything feels like burnt wood-ish on the outside when you go in. It's beautiful.
But then you go in there and they have like the stacked fermenters and stuff.
It's really nice. Yeah,
it's just a dream come true.
Come to Pittsburgh, check out Cinderlands, come hang out with us. But while we are sipping on this incredible beer from Cinderlands, and I wish we had more of it because
I'd sipped a lot of it right away though. I'm floating.
Adam, it is 2024.
It is.
And 2023 has died a very long, lingering death.
True.
2023 felt like 3 years wrapped up into one. Rest in peace, Betty White. I love you. I still miss you every day. But we have to move into the ground and pound. Because when we were doing this before we took our little break, our 9-month break, we did do this once before, back in like episode 60-something. Where we had like a little breakdown of our year and what we thought were the best and worst of some things.
2021 going into 22.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, Adam, I went back there and I found the 10 or 11 things that are what would be of essence our 2023. So we got our Wrapped from Spotify. We got our Wrapped from Spotify for podcasters. Thank you for that too. And, we know what we did for 2023, our successes, our failures. But what I want to know from you, Adam, on this ground and pound is our top 11 based off the topics I have here, and we'll see who has the better, best, or worst list. We'll kind of have a little bit of combat back here.
I got a couple alterations, so we might have more than 11. We might have 13 now.
That's okay.
But I'll hit you with them when we get there.
I like mystery questions. So, Adam, off the rip, because I know it makes you very nervous, I have to ask you, what is your best brewery and worst brewery of 2023?
So, as uncomfortable as worst makes me, best makes me also uncomfortable because you're making me pick between my kids. So I will preface this with saying I love all local beer. I love all of Pittsburgh breweries, except maybe what I consider the worst in this category. So do you want best and worst right now?
Yeah.
So my best, and I will rationalize it, this year is Necromancer.
Oh, yeah.
And that is because they brew really good beer and really eclectic styles. But on top of all that, they're also dog-friendly inside and outside. Yeah. So even in the wintertime, and they're not the only ones, Leaning Cask as well, also very close runner for best, because we don't feel like we're ditching our dog all day if we're going there for a beer.
That is nice.
We can go inside. We're all warm.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. But, again, not bashing anybody in Pittsburgh beer.
It's okay.
I love them all. We feature you all on the podcast.
Also,
I hate that Matt asked this question.
2 times running, by the way. We both picked Necromancer last time.
Oh, did we?
We did.
Well,
yeah.
There we go.
So who's your worst brewery?
Dented Keg from round 1. So I mean all my love to anybody except them. They don't even really brew their beer. It's true. You want a further insight, I'm not going to sit on my soapbox here, but if you need a further explanation, hit me up at _brew.
Yeah.
They don't brew the beer.
You get a full expose.
Their beer's okay. The one we actually had in round 1 was probably the best thing I had from them.
Not
it
bad.
was okay.
Yeah, but it took a lot.
I also had to pick a worst.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think I hit on Anheuser-Busch last year. So.
You did. Yes.
Or 2 years ago at this point.
But so I would say for best brewery for me, and it's no secret, Daddy moved into a new area, and one of the breweries that really took care of me was Cellarworks.
Oh, yeah.
I do love
Absolutely.
Cellarworks for a couple reasons. One, they throw great parties. They're very seasonal, and they do a great job. Their Oktoberfest was killer. Did a great job. But the consistency of their beer is on point. They have some staples like 50-Foot Robot that's incredible. And they've kind of dabbled more, too, into some experimental stuff, which we'll get into a little bit later here. But I love Cellarworks, and they're very welcoming.
Absolutely. And we as Bash Brewers, home brewers, got to serve next to them on multiple occasions now, or see them at. We served right next to them at one occasion.
Yeah.
And have seen them at multiple places, and they are the nicest people too.
Absolutely.
Just as owners and their staff, just really nice, welcoming people. Mm-hmm. And they let little guys in and brew with them, like
which
Mondays.
is nice. Yeah, which is really nice.
They're really helping Sam out.
They are. My worst brewery is going to be Fermentation in Freeport, PA. I think that
Ooh, haven't been there yet.
you don't need to go.
Okay.
Their food is fantastic, but they don't receive criticism very well for their beers. So most of their beers leave some lacking in most areas. It's serviceable beer, but if you're looking for that punch, go down the road. There's Connie Creek, literally 15 minutes away from them. There's Cellarworks, 7 minutes away from them. You can go down the street and go to Allegheny Beverage, which is my favorite beer distributor, and you can get anything you want there.
Matt throwing alternatives out.
Yeah.
I will do that also for Dented Keg in Mars, PA. Go to Stick City.
Stick City all fucking
They
day.
fucking crush it.
They're so good.
Also, look it up. I think they're also dog friendly outside. So
Oh yeah, they are.
yeah, they're top of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of Pittsburgh breweries that are dog friendly outside, which
Yeah.
I do appreciate. But in a pinch, in the winter months, love Necromancer.
So Adam, moving on from breweries into very like a microcosm of that, what is your favorite beer of 2023?
Yeah, so I couldn't pick a
It's a tough
single
one.
beer. I went
Yeah.
with beer styles.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
So my favorite beer for 2023, and I ventured out into it because we brewed it for the first time this year, and I really got into it deep a few months ago, was Mexican lagers.
Oh yeah.
Was just as a from a research perspective, how do we make our best Mexican lager? Well, I'm going to have to drink a bunch of them.
Yeah. And
So-
not a bad research project to have.
So much fun. And that leads right into my worst, which is probably for years running now, is anything that's lactose sour.
Oh God, why? That's the worst.
Which I will also say, even though they're my worst style, there are some out there that I can't deny trying and liking still. Mm-hmm. But they're also the gluppiest of the worst.
Yeah.
In some cases. Mm-hmm. So there is a good and bad with that. Even though they're my worst style,
Yeah.
I can't deny that sometimes Abjuration throws ones out that
But that's done. That's
it's
done with
not-
care,
it's-
love,
yeah.
attention. That's different.
I will say
Yeah.
if you're looking for a sour, a dessert sour,
Abjuration.
and I'm going right to lactose sour because I do love wild sours
Yeah.
out the box for sure.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to drink a lactose sour from anybody, it's Abjuration.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that
I
cheesecake
don't
sour is
trust nobody else.
I don't trust them.
Oh yeah, you just go there for dessert.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Plus they got some sick hazies on it. You know.
So I would say for beer this year, I really solidified my love, and I'm glad you went style because I wanted to go style too.
Oh, good.
I'm glad.
I wasn't sure. I just saw the prompt and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
going to go style. I'm going to go broad.
And I love that too because it really took me back to my roots. I'm Czechoslovakian through and through.
Oh, here we go.
So-
This is why I didn't pick this one. This is my number 2.
So Daddy loves a good Czech lager, a good Czech dark lager, and this year was the year of Czech dark lagers. Every brewery came out. You had Mondays.
I came out with a Czech Pilsner.
which amazing.
Czech dark. We're doing a Czech dark this year.
You had the collab on Monday. Cellarworks Illusion had one, was fantastic.
Illusions was very good.
So delicious. And all over, everyone was trying their hand at it, and it was a fun time trying to try all the different ones. And it was hard for me to find one I didn't really like that much. However, that Monday Cellarworks Pivo
The Pivo, the Pondy Pivo
dude, delicious.
was really
Yeah.
good.
I would say, though, for my worst beer, the worst beer style is tea beers. What the fuck?
Dude, I like tea beers.
I hate tea beers.
Every time I chai.
That's different. Because you actually made a beer. The tea beers I'm talking about are the ones that are like the flat, almost like Mike's Hard ones that are coming like
Oh, okay.
they're terrible. And people try to bring those back out because the seltzers had a big game. So like, oh, tea beers are like seltzers. No, they're not.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying like commercial tea beers.
Yeah,
Not craft beer brewed with tea.
No.
Okay.
Craft beer brewed with tea is amazing. I love every time I try.
So you're like against the hard iced teas.
Yeah, fuck those things, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that.
So, Adam, we're moving into the best podcast of 2023. Who are you taking in the best podcast of 2023?
So I have two because I think my first one's a little biased, which is Casting Views.
Of course.
I love Dan.
I love Dan, too.
Yeah. That's why I didn't mention him before the break because he was already my favorite podcast. But if I have to pick somebody as a runner-up to Casting Views,
Yeah.
I'd pick Last Podcast on the Left.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Our buddies over there, they had their most tumultuous year this year. Had to replace a cast member for right or wrong, whatever, but did it well and
Ed Larson's
landed on their
fantastic.
feet.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. I'm having a great time listening still. So
Yeah.
cheers to them.
Yeah, I absolutely
My
love
favorite
it, man.
podcast.
I would say my favorite podcast of 2023 would be the Cult-Worthy podcast. I'm in love with Antonio Palacios's his idea of bringing.
He is one of my favorite
It's incredible
film podcasts.
Yeah,
for sure.
he just brings things to you that you may have never checked out, or things that you may have never just even heard of.
He's made me watch films
Yeah.
that I've never heard of, which I think is the point.
Incredible, yeah. And he's the hardest working man in indie podcasting right now. He has like 4 podcasts. So it's cool to see that he still puts the love and attention into the Cult.
We can do that too. I don't have any kids.
We have one podcast. But my worst podcast.
I ain't doing a podcast without you, sir.
Yeah, no.
Unless Dan wants a co-host.
No. Oh, we're not doing a worst podcast. I would say I
got a worst.
I would say my commercial
It's
podcast.
easy.
The
If you go commercial, yeah.
Bad Friends is easily my favorite.
Your worst?
No.
Oh, favorite.
Favorite. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. My favorite was Last Podcast.
Yeah.
As commercial.
Yeah.
Do you have a worst?
No.
Commercial?
It's hard. I mean,
It's not hard for me. Fighter than the Kid. You suck.
fuck off, Brandon. So, Adam, we're moving in number 4 here. Best and worst male wrestler of 2023.
So I would like to propose this to you.
Okay.
Let's do a best and worst male, and we shot into the future. We have best and worst female wrestler.
Yeah.
Can we do one each from WWE and AEW, the two biggest,
Sure.
arguably the two biggest promotions?
But we can't
right
do a lot of back and forth, though. Because
now.
we
No,
have
there's
some-
no back and
okay.
forth. I'm just going to
Okay.
throw them to you.
Yeah.
So my best male wrestler WWE is Gunther,
Okay.
and my worst is Austin Theory.
Okay.
And then do you want my AEWs?
Yeah,
that are fun
sure,
here?
of course.
So I will
Kenny
say-
Omega.
No, absolutely not. Not in either category though.
Yeah.
My best for 2023
Mm-hmm.
probably won't repeat in 2024. Sadly, MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve, I'm looking at you for 2024. You're gonna do it. And my worst, 100%, double, triple down, John Moxley.
Yeah. 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 I would agree with that.
Only because we shit on Chris Jericho enough already today.
I know.
Because he was almost tied.
Low hanging
But Moxley fucking sucks.
So for WWE, best male wrestler for WWE, I would say I am in love with him, and I can't help it. I love Chad Gable. I love his
Dude,
character.
He was towards the top of my list.
He's fun. He has a great comedy character, but he's a great wrestler, super strong.
Wish they used him better.
They will. It's coming. It's coming.
But I do like him and
Yeah.
our boys fight each other. Gunther
Yeah.
and him, man. Like, phew.
I'm going to say this right now, and this might be controversial. Worst wrestler in WWE right now for 2023. Hear me out. Damian Priest.
No, I do not agree.
Damian Priest. You've had the suitcase. You have 3 botched buy-ins. Like, it's just not good. Like, you're ruining the
They're
case.
booking him bad. He's not bad.
He doesn't even sell the bad sales on the suitcase either. Like, it's bad in general. He's like, "Ooh, it's right now." No one. And then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar's gonna come out next time.
You're picking him as worst over Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah, because Dominic Mysterio gets good heat. Yeah. For AEW, the best wrestler, I'm gonna go with my man, the hardcore blue collar guy, Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I love Eddie Kingston.
He had a great fucking year this year.
What a great year, Eddie Kingston. And then finished this year because that was Triple
before
Crown.
New Year's.
Yeah,
Triple Crown champion,
baby.
Man. Yeah.
The worst wrestler of 2023 when it comes to AEW is Hook. I think Hook is
God damn you! Fuck off.
He's
You're wrong.
Overrated FTW championship.
Wrong.
Doesn't matter. He's not defending it the right way. Now he's becoming a comedy character. I don't care. Fuck him.
What about everybody you beat? Jungle Boy's worse.
He's not even on the fucking roster right now.
Garcia's worse.
Garcia is way better.
He just botched a sharpshooter.
Garcia is way better. Yeah.
You're dumb. Oh man, we're gonna fight over that later.
Best and worst female wrestler.
Oh, we're gonna fight over that later.
Best and worst.
You're so wrong with Hook.
Best and worst.
You're
female
trying
wrestler.
to heat me up. You're trying to heat me up.
It's working. Best and worst female wrestler.
It is working. Again, we're gonna go WWE and AEW. So my favorite. Actually, can you go first? Because I have it back.
Sure. For WWE, I'm going to say the best one right now is going to be Bayley because she has one of the better storylines and she's working through Damage Control. The worst right now is going to be her name escaped me there for a second.
Oh, I can fill it in for you. You won't mind?
Go for it.
Nia Jax.
Yeah, thank you.
She came back. She still ain't good.
Who cares?
She still ain't good.
And then for AEW, I think the best right now, Sky Blue, great push,
Good.
really good
point.
upswing here. And worst, Thunder Rosa, because she came back for one match, did not do very well in it, showed a lot of ring rust, and she has no promo sense. So my worst is gonna be Thunder Rosa for that one. I want to see her do better.
I do like her, and I hate that I can't really defend her. With your point, at least in her 2023 run,
2024 is going to be her year. I feel that, but like 2023, she really shit the bed.
So I'll give both of mine for WWE then. Rhea Ripley, which is super obvious.
Oh, that's a given.
Which is why I had to pick a second, which I think she's going to pop huge in the next year, which is
Jade Cargill.
Ivy Nile.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, her look is sick. She looks like a badass.
She's strong.
She looks like a female Ken Shamrock. She's gonna fucking dominate.
Yeah.
We both went over our worst, Nia Jax for WWE. My best for AEW, pretty close to yours. I went with Julia Hart.
Oh,
so they're buddies.
Great job.
So boom. And then the female worst for AEW is easy for me, Marina Shafir.
Oh, yeah.
Which I just read today is rumored to join the Blackpool Combat Club, which I hope doesn't happen.
Who cares about that fucking thing anyway?
She is the worst in the ring and on the mic.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey, good.
That's
Marina
a stretch.
Shafir, it didn't rub off on Marina Shafir.
Absolutely not. So, Adam, we're moving to number 6 here. YouTube channel and content creator. Who do you have for 2023?
Yeah, my favorite by far still going strong is Red Letter Media. They just fucking push the shit in on the film industry, and I love it. It's very comedic, but very real, very researched. They drink beer on their on their YouTube videos / podcasts. So do we. They review bad movies, but they also tear apart big Hollywood blockbusters that don't deserve the budget. So, Red Letter Media, they are pretty popular, but if you don't know them, check them out. It's a good time.
That's a good one. I've really enjoyed myself. It's the Abandoned America channel where the guy who goes into all the
abandoned buildings.
Dude, it's been so cool. 'Cause it's frightening as shit.
Did he is he the one that did the Century 3?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so he came here to Pittsburgh and he gave us a little shout out. Dude, talk about eerie as fuck. He's done like abandoned water parks. He's done Century 3 Mall.
I've seen the water parks, a couple of the water parks and Century 3 Mall from him.
It's eerie as shit. And I'll tell you what, man, the one that really, really got me, he went into an abandoned house like down in Alabama. He was like just driving down the road and he goes, house looks abandoned. I'm going to go check it out. And there was somebody in there, and he had to vacate the house real quick. It was really, really tension.
He walked into the Jojitorium.
We're here right now. So, Adam, moving to number 7 here. It's your favorite song/artist of 2023.
So
Taylor Swift.
I couldn't pick. Both of these artists put out albums.
Okay.
So I don't have a favorite song.
Okay.
But both of these artists put out albums in 2023. And it's Signs of the Swarm, local here to Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Got to give them a shout out. They're killing it, going on national tours now. I'm very proud of them. And then my other one is Johnny Booth, which I think I think I discovered in with help of friends in 2022, but they also had a big album released in 2023.
Yeah.
So like
So good.
hit it up. Yeah. Didn't even know about them until 2021, 2022, but like they just sound like a little bit edgier Every Time I Die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gimmick. So like love it.
Yeah. 100%, man. I would say my favorite song right now is Revelation from Many Eyes. I think that's one of my favorite songs because I'm going to tell you right now.
I do have a song too.
Yeah. What's
But
that?
go ahead with yours.
So my favorite song is Revelation by Many Eyes because Keith
that was
Buckley
my
went
second place.
fucking
Yeah.
in. Along for the artist, they released a new album in 2023. It's Spanish Love Songs. I love that band a ton because I'm an elder emo.
You're pulling me towards them. I like your
I dig them, man.
sales pitch.
It's fun. Like they have their new album called Marvel when it came out. It has some real big bangers on it, like Clean Up Crew and Haunted and Phantom Limb. It's a really good album. I really enjoy it, and it's on my Spotify is like, would you please fucking stop listening? But yeah, what's your favorite song?
So favorite song for me, they didn't release an album this year, so I got to go with their single.
Yeah,
was Branded Sacrifice Dynasty.
Oh, it's really good.
Unbelievably sick. And then I also have a worst artist, just an artist.
Yeah, okay.
Not a song because all of his shit sucks. And I do have to preface this with, do you want to edit or not in my explanation? Just a bleep. It'll be a bleep.
I'll go ahead.
It'll be a real hard bleep. So my my least favorite artist is everything that Morgan Wallen's ever done. I would like to tell him to die ... slowly ... That's where the beep goes.
That's where the beep goes. Yeah, no, I don't like Morgan Wallen at all. But
my edited version was going to say gain talent or go away.
Yeah, well,
but I would like to be more direct with my bleep of the bleep word.
But I want to throw this out there
So you only
too.
have to beep it once.
An artist that I fell in love with in 2023 was Prof. I think we were talking about it off
Yeah,
camera.
we were. Yeah. And I
Bro,
agree with you on that.
When he was just like, she's like, oh, she said she never heard of me. Like, oh, I'm ugly as fuck. You think I'm stupid too? Ooh, swaggy. Sativa in a bag. He's just, I love
What
it,
is
dude.
that? What is that? Another favorite song that I got introduced to this. I think it was new this year. What's that song you introduced me to that's just depressing as shit that I listen to every week now?
Oh, shit. I love a lot of depressing music.
It's the one about the guy talking about like what goes on
Jack Case.
inside his head.
Jack Case. Like the voice inside my head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Was
Fuck.
that this year?
Yep.
There's another favorite song to check out.
What is your favorite horror movie
Do
of
not listen to it if you're down. Though.
If you're having self-doubt,
Yeah.
don't fucking listen.
If you think you're doing good, listen to it. It'll bring you back to the level. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, favorite horror movie of 2023.
I would also like for you to go first because I think we're going to repeat on the favorite, and I have multiple.
Yeah. I would say my favorite of 2023 is going to be When Evil Lurks.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was one of my.
It's-
I had 3 on
Yeah.
list just in case we had the same
Yeah.
one.
The worst one was Skin and Marank and Fuck Off. So
Oh, well, that was in the running for my worst too. So for my best, I also had When Evil Lurks in there. Talk to Me in second.
Really
but
good, yeah.
But my number one was Evil Dead Rise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Just great gore. I'm a fucking gore whore. If
Yeah. You're a gore hound, baby.
I'm a big gore hound, and there was a ton of blood.
Tons.
The elevator blood. The Necronomicon got updated for the hipsters to go vinyl. It was great. And my worst, like, there's a lot of bad horror, and Skid and Rink was one of them.
Yep.
But there's a lot of just cheesy, shitty horror.
Yeah.
But there was one I saw on top lists
Yeah.
that I totally disagree with, and that's Megan. That movie sucked.
I wasn't a fan.
I thought it was a great
Yeah.
premise, but the writing, I don't know if it was the writing or how the lines were delivered, seemed like it was AI computer generated. Like,
Yeah.
people don't talk like that,
Yeah. No.
and it sucked.
Yeah. I agree.
I would like to see it redone, even with the same creepy doll in a rated R,
2033.
a hard rated R horror
Yeah.
movie with violence.
I would like that too.
It'd be pretty cool. 'Cause
Adam,
I thought the Megan character was interesting, but I thought
Yeah.
the writing on it was lazy.
the ear pull was cool, but like
And that was it.
go beyond that.
And that was
there
it.
isn't really nothing. Yeah. So Adam, what is your hottest take in 2023?
So there's only one hot take. You can't have a best and a worst.
Yeah.
My hottest take is avocados ain't that great. And turning it into guacamole only slightly makes it better.
You motherfucker.
And you
Greg's
fucking
coming for
know
us.
it. You fucking know. Avocado and guacamole also suck. You know you'd rather have salsa.
That's true.
You'd rather have salsa. So boom. Hot take. All you avocado toast fucks. I know that's going back like the last 3 years, but I still see posts about avocados. They ain't that good. They're just mushy, green, flavorless shit.
I like avocados.
They're okay. Everybody's like making them. They ain't good without a little hot sauce on
That's
there.
true. They need some elevation.
They need a partner.
They do.
Avocados suck.
Much like I need a partner, and he's right
And
fucking here.
guacamole's only that much better because you're throwing a little jalapeno, not enough, and a little bit of garlic and a little bit of lime juice. It ain't that great. You can, yeah, I mean, you can make it pretty extreme.
Yeah.
That might work. I don't know.
My hot take for 2023 is they're making weed too strong.
Oh, I agree with that too.
Every time there's a new strain of marijuana, and it's always super strong, and everyone's getting too baked, and everyone can't function. And they're like, I have a medical marijuana card. It's like, okay, but what do you? And they're like, I'm smoking this XYZ stuff, and they're like, fucking passing out.
Yeah, and people were acting like being on weed's not, and it's not as extreme as being drunk,
Right.
As we talk to you being drunk. But it's still something. Like, you can't just live that way 24/7.
yeah.
We don't live this way 24/7. We get this way for you guys.
Yeah.
Once a week on camera and like 3 times a week in our personal lives.
Yeah.
But like that's it. Like we do it
Dude,
responsibly.
it's getting
like,
so ridiculous. Like before, it was like you smoke a spliff for a little bit and you get a little mellowed out, and then you write something or whatever.
But now you see people like I go to a lot of open mic nights and open mic comedy nights, and like you just see people that are fucked
They're
up
blown out.
trying to do their shit. I'm like, if this is your career,
Too hard.
don't do it blown out.
Yeah. So,
It's a shame.
Adam, what is your favorite podcast moment for us of 2023?
Crack a mango before this. Easily. Besides just coming back in 2023, is our butt rock around and pound. Was my favorite segment of 2023 by far. It was the most laughs, the most fun, the most off the cuff we got all year, except for maybe this podcast.
Barrel
but
age,
dude,
it's different.
Had a blast doing the butt rock.
Yeah. I would say for me, it was our finally getting to 100 episodes. Our 100th episode
was delayed.
So much fun, and we still got there, and it was just like, I don't know, man. I had some, like, I was working all day, and the whole time I'm like, dude, I can't believe that it's something that we decided to do, and
I feel like I ruined that episode.
But like we did 100 of them, you know what I mean?
I tried to do a surprise and it fucked up.
Fucking backfired. But that's okay because I got to be here with you, and we shared.
It was a nice milestone.
Yeah, our 100th episode, and I can't wait.
200 will be better.
200, way better.
I promise.
Way better. But yeah, that's my favorite one. So, Adam, what is the best moment of 2023 in general? Like, what's something you saw or experienced in 2023 that's your favorite thing?
So I tried to go in general with it.
Yeah.
And like I looked up news stories from 2023 and they were all really depressing.
2023 was terrible.
So I went very personal with it and very selfish with it.
Okay.
We adopted Bandit this year.
Yeah.
Which is my number one. Don't know where I'd be today without him. It's weird to say that about your pet, but dude, he brought a lot of light into my life and a lot of happiness. And number two, a very close number two, is starting this podcast back up in 2023. So, dude, easy enough answer if I can make it personal. I searched news stories all fucking for like the last 2 nights.
Yeah.
I could not find anything
Because the news was miserable.
Yeah, it was miserable this year. It was a really bad 2023. And in all fairness, the beginning of 2023, the end of 2022, beginning of 2023 for me and my family was really rough.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how the second half of the year turned around. And a big part of that was adopting the dog, and even more of a big part in the second half was us starting this up again.
Absolutely, yeah.
It just gives me something to look forward to and something to vent on every week. So thank you for
thank you.
Being available and open to doing it again.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
To feed off of that, my favorite moment to lead into my favorite moment is us coming back. But my favorite moment of 2023 is there was a moment, and it'll come out here on January 22nd. We got interviewed by Slade from the Game Club Pod, and you made me laugh so hard that we broke the host.
Yeah.
That was, and you don't know this, but before that, I was having a really rough day, and when I came in here, you didn't make it your mission. You were who you were.
But in full disclosure and full transparency, we recorded an episode before that.
Yeah. And
I knew you weren't. It's not like you were down and didn't want to do anything that day, but you weren't having your best day.
No.
So I was
yeah.
I tuned it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to kill you like I did. But
yeah. But I'm not going to spoil what it is.
I can't wait.
It's, yeah.
I didn't really, we're right there. Because we recorded that
on the
a bit
horizon,
ago,
yeah. But when it comes out, you'll know exactly what it is, because I almost hyperventilate when I laugh, and I needed it, and it reminded me so much of why we do this. So that's my favorite moment of 2023. So thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that. So
glad I could help,
Adam. That is it for the ground and pound there. For
thanks 2023. I'm glad you're gone,
2023.
but we do have some good memories at least.
So
that was very nice to think of, because I could think of was bad shit that happened, and I tried to put together a little montage of 2023 good moments, and everything we did good was our dog or our beer festival, and I'm okay, everything else kind of fucking sucked.
We were having a good time in the middle of all the shit.
Yeah, we had a good year despite it, actually in spite of everything that was happening.
Yeah. So Adam, we're moving into your favorite segment, the second half here. It's questions from the internet.
Hell yeah.
So what are
some good ones this week too?
What are some of your goals of 2024?
Yeah, so again, going a little selfish. It is my goals.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to try to fucking lose weight or anything.
Fuck that, eat cheese sticks.
I want to brew some new beer styles.
Okay.
And I did grow on that. I know exactly what I want to brew this year. I want to either brew an old ale style,
okay,
which isn't also far from my and/or barley wine. I'm doing one of the two this year, if not both. Both are heavy aged, high ABV ales, so it'll be fun. Look for it in the autumn time frame, I would guess.
Oh, that fits.
Yeah.
For 2024,
let's do something over 12%, eh?
Oh, Jesus Christ! You're trying to kill a dude over here. So a goal of mine for 2024. I don't think I've said this to you, buddy, but much akin to Sugar-Coated Murder, Daddy wants to write a book.
All right.
And I've taken some classes.
I'm going to do the prologue, even if you don't want me to.
I'm going to write a horror novel.
Oh, nice.
In 2024. And I've taken some classes, and I've gotten myself up to date. I've talked to a publisher, and I've gotten some great feedback on some of my original one-sheeters that I sent to some people. And
nice.
I'm pretty excited, man. I want to write a book. So maybe in it's 2024 is the goal. Probably 2025 if I can.
For it. Yeah.
I want to write.
Work towards
movie,
it. Work fucking
novel.
towards
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Cool, dude. I would totally. I support you, and I'll try to learn how to read this year so I can read it when it comes out.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll get 2 goals finished for 2024. So, Adam, if there was a TV show or movie about your life, who would you choose to play you?
I couldn't pick one.
Why is it Rainn Wilson?
That's better than anybody I have, you motherfucker.
Who'd you picking?
My very first one was Adam Devine.
That fits.
Because, like,
That tracks.
we're in the same age range. We're kind of goofy. He's a little bit better looking than me. Then, like, for a hard shot up, I got so many for you. I got different situations. Hard shot up, if I had, like, a really, like, me at my best and then better. Channing Tatum.
Okay. Yeah.
You look at me from
I was-
that angle, maybe.
I see it.
And then me at my realist, Haley Joel Osment. Now.
Right now.
Yeah. Because in all honesty, he's younger than me.
Yeah.
Adam Devine and Channing Tatum are both older than me.
true.
And then if it's a whole biopic, me in my older age,
Yeah.
Jason Statham, hands down, because I'm going to have a glow up. It's coming.
Yeah.
Jason Statham's happening.
I can see the beekeeper in you right now.
Yeah, right? Going to be a real apiary guy here.
I like that. I like that.
Beekeeper right here. How about you?
If I could pick somebody, it's probably gonna be Tom Holland because I'm skinny and British, so that would be really good. Hello, Governor. I'm a Spider-Man.
I mean, I'll give it to you if you give me Channing Tatum.
Oh, well, yeah. No, but I think if I really had to pick somebody to play me, to reach out into a world that I'm more familiar with, I'd probably have to go with, like, I don't know, Tim Dillon. I think Tim Dillon would.
He is our age, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like-
just found that out. I was like, well, that makes me feel better.
Tim
I
Dillon.
thought he was definitely in his 40s.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit bigger than I am, but I feel like
Yes,
he
he
and I
definitely
have
is.
the sensibilities that are quite similar.
You have similar comic attributes.
Yeah,
I will say that.
I'll have Tim Dillon play me.
And he was good in Thanksgiving.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Second shout out for that movie today.
So, Adam, what tag team would you like to be the manager of?
So I'm picking a tag team. I think not only can I manage, but I'm
Okay.
going to help out.
Yeah.
I want to go through their whole story arc with them.
Okay.
So I'm not picking a top tag team. I'm just picking my favorite tag team,
Yeah.
Butcher and the Blade and
Oh,
AEW.
okay. I like that. I like that.
We listen to a little fucking, I feel like we have the same music styles. I think they have a great look. They just need a little work. I can help them out with their in-ring move set a little bit. Hang out with the bunny a little bit. Good times.
If she came back.
I mean, she's associated with them still.
OF.
She's still married to the Blade.
That's true. My pick,
She is a classy OF.
she's a very classy OF. There's no nudes on there. It's all bikini shots. So, Adam, my pick for the tag team that I would like to manage, I would love to manage the Acclaimed. Could you imagine? He comes out and he's like, listen.
You're the new daddy ass.
Listen. I'm like, yeah. Just like in the background, I get to scissor people.
That instantly become uncool.
Oh, they'd be like, dude, fuck this. But I'd get it for one night.
Dude, I mean, we're both in AEW. Our tag teams are going to feud
Dude,
for
we
sure.
could hang out in the back room. They'd be like,
I got heels, you got faces. This is happening.
why do our managers get drunk all the time? We could be Jake Snake Roberts in his prime. Oh, goodness. So, Adam, that is a wrap on 2023. We're in 2024.
Oh yeah, it is.
For the 109th time, I have to ask you, what's on tap and where can you find
So
us?
not a lot because we went through a fucking New Year's
Yeah,
party.
dude.
But you can still get a little bit of the bubbly, which is our Bellini Brute IPA coming in at 9.2%.
Name change incoming.
Maybe it's not. At least it's not called Jericho's Bellini Brute. It's just a reference. And other than that, we have a cream ale that we've just renamed. It was formerly called the CWO, but is now called Practical Effects.
I like that.
And that is our cream ale. It's on tap right now. We only have one keg of it at this time. So hit it up. Coming in at 5.2%. And it's just easy drinking cream ale. And then on the horizon, we are doing a oatmeal stout, an English dark mild, and an Irish red in the upcoming week. So by March, all of those will be available.
Nice. Awesome. If you guys go to Adam down here in the Brew Lab, it's at @bash_brew on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just go down, the boys down here in Jojitorium. We were at DWTB on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, but everything else. We're on Goodpods too. Don't forget, we are your number one sports podcast on that app right now.
Hell yeah. I would just like to reiterate again, if you want to come watch the Royal Rumble down here, I think I just said that wrong. Royal Rumble down here in the Jojitorium. Hit us up on the Instagram profile or the X profile, and Mr. Matt runs that. He will let me know, and we'll get a couple of you down here to join us for free beer, free food. It ain't going to be nothing fancy. A little bit of pizza, a little bit of wings probably, but
hey man, but nothing hurts.
Yeah, we also play a really fun Royal Rumble drinking game, so
which
you'll
you can be a
that.
part of if you come up here. Yeah.
So if you're interested at all in the Royal Rumble or wrestling and love this podcast, come hang out with me and a couple of my buds and
come hang out.
We'll have a fun time. Yeah.
So where we are right now, ringing in 2024 with our new goals, new mindsets, and cheese stick addiction. Until next time,
Monty sticks.
Cheers.
Cheers. Can you take? But you're this much taller than me in real life.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just giving you clips. Like, you should be. So you have a short torso. I have a long.
No.
I have short legs and a long torso. Because look at that on the screen right now. I'm like 3 foot, and there's only 2 foot of legs.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well,
You're
I'm
sitting down. You're also sitting down.
Yeah, but that's all torso. Look at all that torso.
Look at all that torso.
Look at all that torso.